So, but here's the big question. A lot of people are getting kind of worried. Well, what if I have COVID-19? What if I'm not feeling well? What am I supposed to do? I think I'm feeling sick. I know for me, when I start to worry about this, I start to almost sometimes feel like I am really sick, you know, if I am, even if I'm not. Just sometimes when I worry, it starts to, oh, I just noticed I had like an itch in my nose, or I think maybe that's a little bit of a cough. What should I do, right?
Yeah.
So we got 4 things here we can go over.
Yep. One of the first things we would say is that, like, if you're really feeling sick, the first thing we do is to stay at home more so, because again, trying to avoid spreading those germs and going and spreading them while you're outside. Using tissues to sort of clean your nose over sneezing and coughing and throwing them away. Again, like you can see, this lady's using tissue in her nose.
And remembering also, after you use the tissue and throw it away,
wash your
hands.
Yeah, good point.
Happy
Good point.
birthday or your favorite song, right? But making sure you clean your hands after you do that.
Definitely. And then again, avoiding touching other people, or if there is any sort of touching happening, washing your hands a lot before doing anything else. And in the same vein of keeping everything clean, keeping objects and surfaces clean.
Yeah, doorknobs are a big one. The kitchen counter, or places where you're working with food, places that we touch a lot are the kinds of things we really want to keep clean.
Any sort of washroom counters and stuff as well, like, yeah. Those are if you're sick, generally. I think another question is like, what if I think I have COVID-19 and I want to get tested for COVID-19? What should I do then?
Yeah, a lot of people were asking, you know, I think I want to get tested. How do I know I got to get tested? And so we're giving the same advice here as the advice that we're hearing. And it is that the first thing you're going to do if you're worried that you're sick is you're actually going to make a phone call. First of all, you could call your doctor. Maybe let's go to the next slide for 1 second, Irfan, and then we'll go back. So if you have a family doctor, even though they may not be seeing you in the office right now, so they're trying to not have so many visits face-to-face, just for the reasons we've been talking about, that doesn't mean you can't make a phone call, right? So you can make that phone call, leave a message at the doctor's office to say you're not feeling well, tell them what's going on, and then they can call you back. Or in this picture, they're actually talking together, kind of like we're doing now, right? Where they're having a conversation with the doctor on the video. So the doctors can talk to us on video or by phone. That's a really good person to talk to. And then the other people we can talk to are the people at telehealth. So in Ontario, we have a long phone number, and we put it here. That's Telehealth Ontario. And many other provinces have a shorter number, 811. But these are nurses and doctors who are there to answer your questions and to help you figure out what to do. But it's really important. I think sometimes you think, oh, I'm feeling sick. I better go see my doctor, or maybe I should go to the hospital because I'm not feeling well. Imagine if all these people who are not feeling well all go at the same time to the doctor's office. What happens is all the people who are at the doctor's office might get sick from the other people, right? So that's why we start with a phone call. And when you call, they're going to ask you questions about how you're feeling. They're going to ask you about the things we talked about before, about the cough, about the fever and the muscle aches. They might also ask you if you've been near anyone who has also been sick. Or they might ask you about whether you've been traveling recently somewhere else where people might have been sick. So they're going to ask different questions to you, and then they're going to tell you what they think you need to do after they ask you those questions.
Yeah, they're asking those questions to be able to help you and decide what's the best next steps for you. So great point there. Talked about your family doctor.